If you've ever had a blocked loo, been delayed by water roadworks or done a beach clean-up, you'll know how much havoc is caused when our sewage system gets blocked. One of the culprits is flushed tampons and pads. It's rarely discussed as the subject is still somewhat taboo, which means many women don't realise that sanitary products just shouldn't be flushed. The problem is that the alternative is not a pleasant process. It involves wrapping used items in loo roll and hoping there's a bin. But now a new solution has been invented to improve the disposal process for women and to prevent the pollution caused by sewer blockages. We found out about how a company can go beyond just being a product and is helping to create a movement.
I had a really interesting experience at Whole Foods. I was doing a demonstration of Fab Little Bags in store, and I stopped a lady and said, "Are you a flusher or a binner?" And she looked at me quizzically and said, "Flusher? As in, what else am I meant to do?" And then another lady came round the corner and I said, "Are you a flusher or a binner?" And she was like, "Binner? Who flushes?" And I was like, "Well, this lady flushes." And then she started to really have a go at this woman. And I was a bit taken aback, and I was like, no, she's a gobsmacked flusher, she didn't realise until now. And she's saying, "What do you mean you didn't realise? We could have had massive plumbing bills, this, that and the other." And it turns out they're sisters sharing a flat. But even they had not had that conversation about flushing and binning.
So Fab Little Bag is a new category. It is the first fit-for-purpose sanitary disposal bag that's patented in the world.
And this is the patented technology, so it allows you, the finger loops allow you to open the bag with one hand. So it's just a case of open, in, then you pull off the strip, seal, and bin. And that's the beauty of Fab Little Bag. So our research shows that about 60% of UK women flush their tampons, and that means 40% bin. But we also have realised that flushers and binners do not know each other exists. Everyone thinks that whatever they do, everyone else is doing. And this is where the taboo really feeds in, because the only reason this is the case is because no one's talking about it ever.
You know, sometimes you get a single dad with a daughter, and it's great if he can just open the conversation with a Fab Little Bag as an icebreaker.
We are so passionate about involving men in this conversation to screw the taboo, because part of it is because of how men react to the conversation and the references to do with periods and tampons and sanitary towels. Because they often kind of like this or run away, that affects how women feel about speaking about it.
You know, it's something all women have, and it's mad in 2018 that still there's a shyness about just talking about periods, which is a natural part of life.
So we've got 3 things on our mission list. The first one is we want to convert all the flushers into binners and encourage them to stop flushing things down the toilet and to put everything in the bin. That way we stop aquatics pollution at source. Secondly, we want to change awkward into awesome behind that cubicle door. We want to take all that stress and anxiety away and replace it with calm confidence when it comes to binning. And thirdly, we want to screw the taboo. So the only way we're going to do that is talking. So we want to talk, and we want to get other people talking relentlessly to normalise the norm.
60% of women flush their tampons in the UK. That's 1.4 billion tampons being flushed down the loo every year in the UK. The problem is when you flush things, they end up in the sewer. And sewers are designed to overflow. So when they overflow, whatever's in the sewer ends up in our waterways, rivers, oceans, and washed up on the beaches.
Most gobsmacked flushers, when you explain the consequences of flushing, are first of all quite horrified and sad about all the flushing that they've been doing, but they're really open to change. And whether they use Fab Little Bag or not is actually an irrelevance. It's just, if you're happy to do the loo roll wrap and that you're comfortable with that, we really don't have a problem. Fab Little Bag is there for people who don't enjoy doing the loo roll wrap or just want to have a better feeling when they're actually binning.
So here's a jug of water. Now this jug is, I don't know what that circumference is, but it's wider than the normal pipe, right? That goes from the toilet to the sewer, which is only 10 centimetres or 4 inches normally. I'm going to plop some tampons in there and see what happens. This isn't what happens when you wear tampons, this is what happens when they are flushed down the toilet and end up in the sewers. Actually, it's probably even worse because it's all jigging around in the sewers. Oh, that was quite a fun one. So, let's just give it a bit of a stir. And then it hits a bit of a fatberg, and the whole lot just adds to the fatberg, and the fatberg grows.
Recently, we've heard lots about fatbergs in London and in fact all over the world, where people are putting grease down the sink and flushing sanitary items, and they all congeal together to create an enormous fatberg, and the water companies have to come and literally use Kango guns to get rid of it and take it to landfill.
After I'd got my patent for Fab Little Bag and managed to actually get them manufactured, I realised I needed customers, and I actually ended up going to the water companies first because I'd read in my research that they spent £88 million a year getting all the unflushables that people do flush out of the sewers, and 3 of them got back to me quite quickly, 1 in particular. And Severn Trent Water were the very first water company to embrace Fab Little Bag and see how it could be so useful to them in getting their message across in a much more positive, solution-orientated way.
So, foul flooding, where our sewers flood, is a big problem. We spend millions of pounds every year, and the industry does across the UK. So we wanted to get involved in supporting Fab Little Bags because we want our customers to know what they can and can't flush. And Fab Little Bags help our customers understand just that. Our customer research has shown that our customers and people across the country would rather dispose of sanitary material, sanitary products, down the toilet rather than handling it and putting it in the bin. So the Fab Little Bags help us and help our customers do the right thing and help us prevent flooding and pollution and all the heartache that can cause.
Fab Little Bags is partially made from cornstarch and biodegradable.
So Fab Little Bag is great. Not only does it provide a great way of stopping aquatic pollution because people can bin their sanitary items, it actually gives women confidence in disposal.
So it's really to get rid of all that stressing, because it starts before you even get there. You're like, okay, what's the time? Yeah, I'm going to have to change it in about 10 minutes right now. I wonder if they're going to have a bin. Okay, if they don't have a bin, am I going to risk it? Am I not? Or is there going to be enough loo roll? Well, I wonder where they keep their loo roll. What if there's not enough? Should I take some tissues with me? Okay, so all this is happening in your head whilst you're chatting around dinner. If you have a Fab Little Bag, you're just focused on the conversation at dinner because you know that whatever happens in that loo, whether there is a bin, whether there is enough toilet roll, you're just going to pop it in your bag, seal it up. If you need to do the handbag smuggle, you can do so with confidence. And so Fab Little Bag is all about getting rid of all that silly stress and angst about binning and making binning feel good. So throughout this process of developing and growing Fab Little Bag as a business, I've always come back to the British Library for various different bits of help and guidance along the way. And that relationship has really developed, and so much so that they were the first organisation to trial our gorgeous, fabulous new dispensers for Fab Little Bag, which opens up our whole B2B market. And that trial is ongoing, and I'm really excited to sit down with them and discuss the future of Fab Little Bag at the British Library. If you're a flusher, please revise your practice. You are now educated, so there's no excuse to continue flushing, really, because you can either do the loo roll wrap or you can become a fabber and put your open in seal bin experience into your life. If you're a binner, we love you already. Keep it up. If you hate loo roll wrapping, try Fab Little Bag because it feels great. And if you're someone that goes out and picks up all the litter on the beaches that ends up there every summer, you're amazing. Keep going, and hopefully we're going to put you out of a job.